So this person puts, what's the ideal age to get married?
Hey, I've seen this one. This is a classic.
This dude spit facts. Biologically 15, socially 26, legally 18, culturally 24 to 28, economically above 30, and logically never. And that's how most men think today. And you want to get married. Pack it up.
Welcome to Mindy. Interesting how dating isn't worth it turns into, why is he choosing to be alone? Let's dive into these clips and explore why more men are choosing solitary lives instead of dating women.
I'm fully convinced that men don't know how to talk to women anymore because a man came up to me a couple of weeks ago and his opening line was, "You look like you can drink more than me." I said, "Did you just call me big and fat?" And he was like, "Oh my God, no, no, that's not what I meant. Like, oh my God, I'm big and fat." And I was like, "Right." He goes, "I just meant like, you look like you can like handle your liquor." And I was like, "So I look like an alcoholic?" Either you said I look like an alcoholic or I look like a fatty. Either way, this is not going well. And he's like, no, you just look like you can have a good time. And I was like, I would be having a better time if this conversation ended. So I'm gonna need you to. And it was like, it would have been fine if like he had like followed up with something good or, you know, like we could have laughed. But then he also told me that he didn't vote. So just 3 strikes, bro. Like we're out.
Bruh. Okay. First of all, this dude tried to compliment you and somehow turned it into a self-inflicted verbal landslide. Looks like you can drink more than me. Instant disaster. Bro literally walked into the conversation like it was a minefield and exploded on impact. And then he drops, "I don't vote." Bruh, 3 strikes, and you're out before the first drink even hits the table. This is exactly why men don't approach anymore. We either get grilled for not being perfect in 5 seconds, or we're afraid of accidentally saying the wrong thing and ending up on a TikTok rant. Sometimes staying single and sipping your own drink. Way safer than facing that kind of chaos.
I, 28 female, made a joke with my husband, 29 male, and it's costing me my marriage with a man I truly love. My husband and I have been married for 4 years now. I truly do love him. I can't see a life without him. I took some stupid advice from some of my girlfriends regarding a joke that they have done with their husbands. The joke is basically telling your partner that you want a divorce. I never wanted to do it and thought it was cruel to do, especially to someone you love. Stupidly, I did it last week.
Oh, no.
And my husband's reaction wasn't what I thought it would be. I honestly thought that he would try and talk to me or beg or make suggestions like my friends' partners had done, but he didn't. We had dinner and we were watching a movie when I told him, "I'm not happy anymore, and I think we should get a divorce." He looked at me for a couple of seconds, and I swear, it looked like something broke in his eyes. Came out with a bag and walked out of the house without saying a word to me. I told him it was just a joke, but he basically just brushed me off and walked out.
Oh, here we go. Another joke that's apparently supposed to be cute. Let me get this straight. She thinks telling your husband you want a divorce is funny? After 4 years? Really? Classic. And of course, he doesn't play along. He actually has a spine. He doesn't beg. He doesn't beg for attention. He just leaves. Yep, that's the reaction of a man who values his peace. Can't blame him. That bag and walk out moment, that's a full-on reality check, ladies. Some of us don't need drama, we need respect. Meanwhile, she's sitting there thinking, "Oh, it's just a joke." No, it's not. That's the thing, you mess with a man's trust, and suddenly you're single. But hey, at least he knows what he wants. Peace over chaos, every day.
We need to talk about the new epidemic that no one's naming. The rise in main character men. It's the epidemic of men wanting to be in the center. They no longer want to be providers or partners. No, baby, they want to be the main character. I'm pretty sure we've all seen these TikToks of men being in the center on the stage and then the audience also being other men. It's weird. Even in your conversations with men, they talk to women as if they were other women. All this can be reflected in the fact that this generation has some of the lowest marriage rates in the history of the United States. And it's not because women changed, because I feel like that's the narrative that's being pushed. It's because men changed. Somewhere along the line, they stopped wanting to build things and started wanting to be admired for basically nothing. And as a Southern woman in college who is also a senior who thought they were going to have a ring by spring, this epidemic is quite concerning. And if this keeps up, the only rings we're going to see is in the cloud of smoke from a hookah inside the club. Thank you.
She out here calling it an epidemic? But facts. Men ain't lazy. We're done signing up for unpaid labor disguised as relationships. Yeah, some dudes want to vibe and be admired, but at least they ain't stressing over keeping everyone else happy 24/7 low marriage rates. That's not men changing. That's men choosing peace over drama. Rings in the club? Nah. We'd rather just chill and keep our sanity.
Do you know what the top 20 most important and dangerous jobs are? Like if you look at job statistics, the top 20 jobs that we need the most, that are most important to keeping this whole infrastructure running. So you guys are all sitting here in a studio, there's lights, there's camera, it's a concrete building, you're up on the, you're up in this building with windows and there's electricity, we have internet, right? All this infrastructure is built by men. So all of the stuff you need to keep society running, logging, engineering, concrete mixing and laying, all forms of construction, power line work, cell phone towers, everything infrastructure related, those are the most dangerous, the most difficult, and the most important jobs. And they are occupied by anywhere from 80 to 99% men.
Look at this top jobs keeping society running. 80 to 99% men. Logging, construction, power lines. Yeah, dangerous, important work. Meanwhile, you're in a studio talking about it. Respect the guys doing the real work. That's all.
What is you guys' body counts?
9, 10, 3.
Whoa! How much is it?
It's like 11, 12.
11, 12?
Yeah, she's lying.
What's your body count?
3.
Oh, it is? That's dope, that's dope.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's 2? Okay, bet that.
Out of the divorce, I got $600,000. Yes.
Why?
That was part of our settlement. So I could have taken more, but I didn't, which I'm kind of now regretting a little.
Wait, why could you have taken more and why didn't you?
Well, I could have, because if I were doing like a divorce with like 50-50 split, I would have gotten.
Could you have done 50-50 split?
I could have.
So this was a pretty well-to-do person.
Yes. So I don't know exactly
No
how
prenup?
much I would have. No, he tried to get me to sign a prenup, and then I didn't sign a prenup, and then he tried to get me to sign a postnup, and I didn't sign a postnup.
Post-nut.
Yes. And so, yeah, we decided in the settlement agreement that I would get $600,000 because I didn't want to take.
Why
more
do I have so much debt here to go through on your end? Where did the $600,000 go? When did you get the $600,000?
2 years ago.
Okay, where the is it?
It's gone, completely gone.
Into where?
Well, I bought a house, and
with the $600,000.
Wait, $600,000 from a divorce? Gone? Just like that? Bought a house? Yep. Classic take half a guy's life savings, act like it's nothing, then shrug. Bro, that's why some of us are out here choosing peace and staying solo. Keep your money. Keep your drama. I'll keep my freedom.
I have only been approached by a man in the wild one time, and let me tell you, it shook me to my core. And I haven't stopped thinking about it. This was a few years ago. I walk into a bar with a friend, and a guy sitting at the bar turned, looked at me, and gave me the "I'm going to talk to you" vibes. I am the world's worst flirter. Like, I cannot emphasize enough how bad I am at flirting. And so I froze like a deer in the headlights, like literally frozen. I walk up to the bar to order my drink, okay? And this man walks straight up to me and says, "Hello, my name is Jim." Luckily, my friend stepped in and was like, "Hi, this is Katerina. She's so great," because I was frozen. We played some eyeball tennis back and forth in the bar for like an hour. And he came up to me and bought me and my friend a drink and got my number and was so respectful And I was actually in complete shock because I didn't know this happened in real life. Granted, this happened to me 2 years ago and it was the only time it's ever happened to me. But men, this is the power of approaching a woman in the wild because I truly have not gotten him out of my...
Finally, a clip where a guy actually did it right. Respectful, chill, no cringe, no weird lines, just hello, name, good vibes. This is exactly why some men still approach. But honestly, clips like this are rare. Most of the time, dudes either overthink it or get canceled before they even start. Lesson here. Approach can work if you keep it simple and respectful. But that's why men are cautious in 2025.
I just saw a guy crack the code on how to approach a girl. This is the best way to approach a girl, and it's kind of funny how he said it. He said, you need to go up to a girl and you need to compliment her nails. Yes, compliment her nails, but don't just compliment her nails. It can be anything that's kind of girly pop. Don't compliment a physical trait because then it's like, oh, he wants me. Oh, he's being too much. Oh, but if you compliment a girl's nails, if you compliment her hair, if you compliment her makeup, and you say, oh, I love your makeup, it looks amazing on you, or your eyes really pop with that makeup. If you come at it from how the gays would compliment us, it comes across as non-threatening. We instantly feel more comfortable talking to you. He's not looking us up and down and treating us like an object, being like, oh, you're so beautiful. Oh, you're so gorgeous. You're treating us like a bestie, like someone that we can just like talk to and share and, where did you get your rings? Oh, I got them from here. Oh, your nails look amazing. Did you just get them done? Oh yeah, that color is so fall. If you start talking like we're one of our gay best friends, our guard comes down, we feel more comfortable talking to you. And then on top of that, if we find out you're actually not gay, you've won. It's like, oh, I feel comfortable with him. He's treating me with respect. He likes my style. He likes my nails. Oh, we're having fun. We're having good banter. Oh, and he's actually kind of cute. Oh, and. That's the way to do it.
So now men gotta approach women by pretending to be their gay best friend? This is why dudes don't approach anymore. The rulebook changes every 5 minutes. Compliment the nails, but not the face, not the body. Talk soft, but not too soft. Act friendly, but not flirty. Bro, it's a side quest at this point. Men just trying to say, hey, you look nice. And women like, no, you gotta come in undercover. This is why guys stay single too many cheat codes just to say hello.
Okay, so I was watching one of my favorite YouTubers yesterday, Maya Galore, and she does all things beauty, lifestyle, fashion, that kind of stuff, right? In her vlog, she talked about how she feels the men of this generation are just scared to approach her. Obviously she's successful. She presents herself very classy, very rich, luxury. That's the aesthetic that she has. And she recently went out with her friend. I think they went to some bar to like watch a football game or something. And she noticed so many men were staring at her. But none of them were bold enough to actually come over and approach her or come over and talk. I think the only guy she said that was bold enough to do something was like trying to summon her. So he made eye contact and I think he was like gesturing her to come over, but she doesn't respond to that. But for the girls on here, do y'all relate to that? Do y'all ever feel like men are just afraid to approach you? Men are afraid to actually make a move? It's like, you know, they're staring, but they're just not bold enough to talk to you. And I definitely relate to that because when I think back on the last, let's say 2-3 years, men just don't approach.
Facts. Men are staring. But 2025 energy is all about risk versus reward. One wrong move, and suddenly you're creepy or canceled online. Most guys look, think, and stay in their lane, peace, greater than awkward rejection. It ain't fear of women. It's fear of drama, TikTok clips, and losing their vibe for one conversation.
I had a guy come up to me the other night at a party and be like, hey, I think you're really pretty. I just wanted to introduce myself. What's your name? And he was like, can I please have your phone number? And he was really nice and approached me in a very calm, gentle, sweet way. But like, it got me thinking of how scary it must be to be a guy and to have to go up to girls. Like, if I was a guy, you would never catch me doing that. Like, probably ever. I don't think I would ever do it. I think if I were a guy, I would have to approach with like a funny joke or like a funny comment about something, because there is no way you would see me going up to a girl and being like, hi, I think you're really pretty. What's your phone number? Like, that is so nerve-wracking. So if you're a guy listening to this out there that approaches women Not in a creepy way, but like, you know, nicely says like, hey, what's your name? I just wanted to say you're really pretty. Kudos to you, because that must be terrifying. For me, I usually go up to the guy first. Like, if I see a guy that I want to talk to, I'll just go up to him and like make a joke or something, because I feel like it just alleviates the awkwardness of like a man needing to come up to you first, especially if I see a guy that's like looking at me and like I could tell he wants to say something but like can't get the courage. I'm like, fine, I'll do it. Guys are like, it's literally a 99% success rate if a girl comes up to you first. So that's kind of why I do that. But yeah, I just want to like talk about the fact that it's such an awkward thing to do. Like having to be a guy and go up to girls in public. Like, that's terrifying.
Do you object to men caring about body count?
Absolutely.
Why do you object to it?
You're condemning someone for their past and you're not letting them grow or change or be who the person that they are now. And to condemn someone for their past is just dumb. Like,
You think it's dumb?
yeah, to condemn someone for their past or for their past choices. People can change and people can be someone completely different than who they were.
When it comes to this whole it's in the past argument, we shouldn't judge people on their past. Let's not act like when it comes to dating that men are these judgmental and women are benevolent forgivers of all. Women are extremely discerning when it comes to who they date. Women are pickier than men. Women are more selective than men. Women disqualify men for numerous reasons. So why is it okay then for women to have preferences, standards, and boundaries, but men are not?
Oh, here we go. Men are supposedly judgmental, but women get a free pass? Sure, we care about body count, and suddenly we're toxic. Meanwhile, women are out here disqualifying guys left and right, picky as ever, and that's totally fine. Classic double standard. Yep. Peace and solo life start making a lot of sense, fellas.
When women get more educated, they have this bizarre sense that this education on paper is like the equivalent of smarts, right? Whatever. So they start demanding that of men, right? The same way that if they make the 100K, now they want you to make a certain percentage over the 100K. So what are they doing ultimately? They're just decreasing their options in guys, right? Because why? A lot of guys are waking up to the reality that a college degree is not the answer for them, and they're learning instead how to do something. They're learning how to do an online trade, whether it's, AI or whatever it may be. They're learning how to do something practical, or they're saying, I want to open a construction business a la, Justin Waller, or they're doing something that they say, I want to get involved in real estate. And they're making money.
Women think a degree equals smart. So now they want a man who matches that salary. Meanwhile, guys are out here actually learning skills, starting businesses, making real money AI, construction, real estate. Funny how the more practical we get, the less their options become. Classic.
All these little girls are like, my boyfriend's a narcissist. I'm like, no, he's not. No, he's not. And I told him why. And everyone went, oh. I said, if you're dating a narcissist, you will not post on social media you're dating a narcissist, because he'll come for you. Mentally, physically, financially, he's going to come for you. You will not have that video up. So if you say I'm dating a narcissist, guarantee you he's not. And everyone kind of came at me and I'm like, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
Every girl thinks her guy's a narcissist. But according to her, if he's actually a narcissist, you wouldn't even be posting about it. Bro. So basically, 90% of complaints are just, what? Attention seeking? Yep, stay solo, keep your peace. Fellas, less drama that way.
Women might want a guy during the period they have a child, but in general, women are pushing off motherhood and family as long as humanly possible and getting out as quick as humanly possible. So I really don't know why we think they're the nurturing gender. Now, every time women get back on the market, women's price goes down substantially, right? Like at 20, when you're 20, men will drive to the ends of the earth to be with you. You know what I mean? Like, if you say no, I'm okay, like men will beg. When you're 30, they're like, I didn't really like you anyway. Do you know what I mean? It's just not, when you're 40, it's even less.
I knew a girl, but she never told me her body count, but she would have a lot. Like maybe in a month, I seen her be with like 20 guys.
20 dudes in a month?
Yeah.
Wait, let's do the math on that. After 4 years, that's 1,000 body count.
Yeah, and she would tell me stories of her meeting up with guys, and she would say that she's a virgin.
Bro, could you imagine? Like, you think you have a virgin girl, and she's actually like 1,000
Did
dudes.
that happen to you one day? She told me she would meet up with some
God,
guys and be
the
like, oh
frick.
yeah, I'm a virgin.
Get the rocks. Yeah. Abdul? Yeah. Get the rocks. Get the rocks.
Wait, 20 guys a month? 1,000 over 4 years. And she's calling herself a virgin? Bro, this is why some of us are over the dating chaos. Peace and independence start sounding really good when the math hits like this.
Low-key hot is like the green flag, right? She's hot, but she's not like all over the place, like, oh, in your face, loud, annoying, rambunctious, probably hooked up with a bunch of people. Like the loudness kind of goes with personality traits. Am I not right? The louder they are, like the more likely it is they've been spreading for everybody. It's just true.
A lot of these very beautiful young women were beautiful precociously, like from a very young age. They started to realize that they could command male attention using their bodies or their sensuality. And that was a power that they became aware of before they even really understood how to utilize it or to handle it. But because they became aware of that power at such an early age, a lot of them didn't develop other parts of their personality.
It's so common. I've seen that so many times.
But I can understand where they were coming from. Being a beautiful woman is like being a billionaire's scion. It's like the rules don't really apply to you. Why did I have to cultivate my intelligence? Because I thought that it was a way to make a living and to get money and to secure my place in the world. But if I could get money and secure my place in the world without the hard work of cultivating my intelligence and building my practice, or why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
You know, that might be a temptation that I might not have been able to resist either.
Oh, okay. So some girls figure out early that they can get attention just by being hot. Yeah, been seeing that a lot. Makes sense. And because of that, they skip building other parts of themselves. Yep, that tracks. Huh. Rules don't really apply to you. Yeah, I can see that. Tempting to take the easy path, huh? Sure, I get it. Still, bro, sometimes peace and flying solo just starts looking a lot better.
Can we get to the bottom of this question of why Dutch men don't approach women? Please comment your thoughts, because honestly, it has been one of the most shocking things for me living in the Netherlands is how much there's just like the social thing and like the man and woman thing. Because in New York, you basically cannot leave the house without somebody trying to come up to you and talk to you. I have a boyfriend at the tip of our tongue because we know there's going to be some weirdo or creep, maybe not a creep, coming up to you and being like, hey, can I get your number? Like, no matter what you look like. But in the Netherlands, you are fine. Go out. Nobody's going to come up to you unless maybe you're drunk at a club. And I don't go to clubs. So, why? Somebody let me know.
This is exactly why men don't approach. It's not laziness, it's risk management. One wrong word, and suddenly you're a weirdo or a creep. Sometimes staying quiet and keeping your peace, way easier than explaining yourself to strangers.
Here's the truth, gentlemen. Being handsome doesn't keep a woman. Being honest doesn't keep a woman. Being loyal doesn't keep a woman. Treating a woman well doesn't keep a woman. Being there for her doesn't keep a woman. Caring about her doesn't keep a woman. Making an effort doesn't keep a woman. Paying attention doesn't keep a woman. Spending time with her doesn't keep a woman. You could have the best intentions, you could have the most sincere feelings, and you could be a good man, and you still wouldn't be able to keep her. Because the only way to keep a woman is if that woman wants to be kept by you. You can't force her to stay. You can't beg her to love you. You can't love her into loving you back. With a woman, you know she wants to stay when things get tough, and she still chooses to fight for you. Because a woman only fights for the man she truly wants to be with. So if she's not fighting for you when things get hard, it's because she no longer wants to be kept by you. The lesson here is, don't hold on to someone who doesn't want to be kept. It's not you giving up on her, it's her giving up on you. And it's you who shouldn't waste any more of your time. Know when to let go, know when to walk away.
Oh yeah. Look, being handsome, loyal, honest, doesn't mean she's staying. That's just the truth, fellas. You can do everything right and still get left. And here's the kicker, you can't force it. You can't beg. You can't love her into staying. If she's not fighting for you, she's gone. That's it. Peace, independence, keeping your dignity starts looking a lot better when you really hear this.
Everyone thinks like, oh, up girls are, but like I'm a virgin.
I know. But do you collab with guys though?
Yeah, of course.
Wait, so then how are you a virgin?
Because it's for work. I'm filming. It's like, it's kind of like a tax write-off. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't count.
It doesn't count. Like, I've lost track of that. I don't think it doesn't count.
Yeah. Okay, I understand that. So
yeah,
you're a virgin.
but I'm a virgin.
Okay. Same.
Yeah. Men love to make their lives harder. Like, why are you driving a manual car? Why are you modding out your car? Like, just get a car with a backup camera. Stop being broke.
What's a manual car?
Oh my God.
Wait, hold up. She's a virgin, but also filming with guys. For work. Tax write-off. Okay, sure. Makes total sense. Yeah, men do make life harder, but bro, this is next level complicated. In manual cars, modding them. Just get a car with a backup camera and chill. Classic humans making life way more confusing than it needs to be.
I like to meet a hoe who says, you know what, I'm a hoe, yes. I'm a prostitute, I walk the blade, I sell my body, and this is what it is. You said something earlier that disgusted me, to be honest with you. You said, this is just what I had to do. You live in America, people would kill to get here. In South Africa, it's the country with the highest unemployment on the planet Earth. I talked to a woman who's my mother's age who tried to solicit me for prostitution, and I respected the fact that she wanted to work for her money and earn her money. So I said, hey, I'm a podcaster. Let me interview you. I want to hear your story because people hear your story claiming that you had to do this. I talked to a woman who actually has to do this in a country with the highest unemployment in the world. You're deluded. And you know what she said in her interview? She said, if I could go to America and wash dishes, I would go there and do that happily and send money back to my family. Difference between you and women there who are doing the same job of prostitution, they do prostitution in some cases because they need jobs. You do prostitution because you need God. You're lost.
Why would you rather have a young, inexperienced, possibly naive and immature young woman who has not really accomplished anything? Maybe she hasn't found her own way. She hasn't made anything of herself just yet. Why would you want that over a woman who is older, wiser, more experienced, and more independent? She's not going to take all your money. She doesn't need you, but she wants you.
A guy values a woman's sexual purity above all things because we can build off of that. Guys want a woman with low body count first and foremost. That's the ultimate flex. Not how much you can throw it down on him, fucking doggy style, or how much you can throw that ass back, or your BBL, or your 1900 lip injections. None of that shit matters. Are you a hoe or are you not a hoe? And if you're not a hoe, guess what? Gold tier status.
So more physically attractive, I would say more emotionally available, more romantic, more energy, optimistic for the future, more time to live life and travel the world before starting a family, more fertile, less baggage and trauma. That's really big. The more relationships you've had, you get more baggage, you have more relationship trauma, you're jaded. More open to new ideas, more agreeable, typically easier to build a life with. Like we were talking about before, the more partners you've had, you've probably landed on a guy who's a top G. And once you've been with a really top guy, you're not going to be happy with Mr. Normal.